welcome to our new podcast, Growing Up in the 2000s. For those of you watching on YouTube, this is where the title card goes. I'm your host, Kade.
And I'm your host, Teddy. And honestly, guys, I'm so happy for you to be here with us as we launch this new podcast. I think everyone has an interest in what we're going to be talking about, especially if you're born in the 2000s like we were in the year 2000, because we're going to be talking about all of our experiences, and I'm sure you guys will relate a lot to that.
We think it's a really unique time for someone to grow up in, because we had a lot of access to different stuff, and we had some pretty fun experiences growing up, and we're going to be talking about those things and the memories that we have with them, and just some more general experiences in our childhood that probably everyone had. This is our first podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a little rough. We will be getting better with each episode, and we hope you stick with us for the long run.
We do a large slurp into the midway through. I start eating corn nuts.
All the worst audio. Oh no! My dad's just gonna be drumming in the background.
Guys, I'm edging my yard right now while I'm doing this, just so you know.
Yeah, you'll probably hear all those drills and hammers in the background. Well, I live on an active construction site. Teddy, everyone growing up, they went to school or they were homeschooled. But everyone had that standard school lunch. What was your go-to?
My school lunch changed a lot over the years. But as far back as I can remember, I would eat peanut butter and jelly for most of the days, and that was usually sided with a bag of chips, usually Lay's. My mom would never, splurge on the nicer, snacks. So it'd always be Lay's, and if I was unlucky, it would be, salt and vinegar Lay's. That's usually what it was, and then I would have sometimes a Capri Sun, sometimes a Sunny D, sometimes it was a juice. It varied a lot, over the years. I even had hot lunch, from the school for a bit there, which, wasn't too great. But it was better than having peanut butter and jelly every day. I'll tell you that much. So
yeah, I kind of feel the same. I barely had the school's hot lunch. Just so you guys know, we did go to different schools growing up.
Yeah.
But my go-to, I remember having white bread, the Kraft's American Singles, and bologna. And my taste evolved, luckily. But yeah, to side with that, I kind of remember having do you remember Grips? Those little bite snacks, they were Cheez-It flavor, cookie flavor, all those.
I don't think I.
Oh, well, they came in these long kind of plastic packages. You got to look them up. You'll remember them if you see them. But
Yeah.
I had those, I think, instead of chips for a while. And then I kind of remember Go-Gurt and Capri Sun are Kool-Aid jammers,
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that. What got me really excited in my lunch was getting either fruit snacks, Gushers. Gushers were, if we're talking S tier, A tier, Gushers were S tier. And
Gushers were definitely S tier.
If you got Gushers in your lunch, you were living on cloud nine. And then those other fruit snacks that were kind of the little dots, weren't they called dots? They're kind of little stickers, that were on a reel of paper, and they were literally just little dots of that you could chew them.
I remember
always
those
really
dots
enjoyed
were
those.
The candy though.
No. Okay, well they weren't candy; they were fruit snacks, kind of.
Yeah,
like a fruit roll up. Yeah, it was like a fruit roll up. I got fruit roll ups a lot too. I liked the special kind of flavors that weren't regular fruit punch or whatever. And I would roll it out and then just get it in my mouth and just all across the table,
Yeah. Do you remember
that was fun.
Fruit roll up tongue tattoos? You set it on your tongue.
Yeah.
And then it leaves the mark. Yeah. Those were good.
I honestly didn't have the patience though to play with the tattoo part. I just scrunched it up in a ball and just ate it.
Yeah, if it didn't
Because
work within 10 seconds, I'd eat it.
yeah, I always remember feeling super rushed during school lunch, so I would just kind of slam down my food as fast
Slam
as
it
I
down.
could. So
Did your mom ever like splurge and get you like the little Debbie's?
actually, yes, even when I was like a junior and a senior in high school, I got so tired of like the oatmeal ones with the oatmeal cookie with cream. I didn't even like them to begin with, but I always for some reason that was like the one she would buy. And I just started to just stop. I stopped eating them. I was just like, not eating that. We also did like the Swiss rolls a lot, with the little
Swiss
chocolate
rolls were the
swirl.
best.
And Swiss rolls were probably one of my favorites. That or Ding Dongs were good. I never liked Twinkies. Twinkies were kind of disgusting to me. The Cosmic Brownies, I think I got those like a little bit. Those are really good.
Cosmic brownies were good. I wasn't a fan of Twinkies at first, but I grew into them. They were
That's
good.
probably not the best thing, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't eat any of them now, but I probably would if I was offered. But I don't go out of my way.
I probably haven't had like any of those kind of things since school lunches. Just thinking about it, those school lunches weren't healthy at all.
No,
They
they
were
were
really
terrible.
unhealthy.
I
Like the
remember in
things
like
you get.
junior high, they started putting those school food pyramids. Do you remember those?
Oh, the
Like I
My Pyramid
never
thing.
saw those in
Yeah.
elementary school, but then junior high, they're like, oh, there's stuff kids should eat.
Yeah, that was they made like school like hot lunches have to follow that stuff. And
Hmm.
usually the stuff that was healthy wasn't good because it was not fresh at all. So, and the fruit like that you got at a school lunch was just you could tell it was either canned or heavily processed and mass produced.
Yeah, I think
So,
our school did those Dolly fruit cups, but like they let them sit
uh,
out, so they were kind of like lukewarm. Yeah, those were pretty bad. What about outside of school? What was like your
oh man,
go-to at home meal?
for lunches my favorite I probably had the most was Kraft macaroni. I'm gonna say this right here for everyone listening or watching. The SpongeBob macaroni for Kraft is S tier. Okay, it is the top-notch macaroni. I don't know why it tastes better than the original or any of the other varieties there is, but SpongeBob Kraft macaroni has a certain taste that just puts it over the top. And I don't know if that's the cheese getting stuck in like SpongeBob's little holes in the pasta or just the ingredients that they have. You know what I'm talking about because
No, I know what
like
you're talking about.
the
I
cheese
just didn't know
clumps
how to
up.
feel about the phrase getting stuck in SpongeBob's holes.
I mean, he looks like a block of cheese, dude. That's why it
Yeah.
was so nice to eat him. Even the other character macaroni, like I had Paw Patrol macaroni recently. I've actually had it quite a bit recently. But like it doesn't taste as good as the SpongeBob did for whatever reason. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
but
agree on
yeah,
that
to
one.
get back on track, Kraft macaroni, man, that was just the best. I would have that the most. Dino Nuggets were like right up there. Dino Nuggets just tasted better than regular nuggets. That's all I can say. And like as a kid, when you see a dinosaur, you're like, oh my gosh, that's a dinosaur. You can eat it and play around with them and stuff. It was fun. What
For
about you?
sure.
What kind of lunches did you enjoy?
I mean, our Kraft mac and cheese, that's a classic for everyone, probably.
Yeah.
If you like cheese and you liked mac, then you'll love this. I barely got the characters. The only time I really ate the character Kraft was probably at your house. Besides that,
Yeah.
I was a big fan of bean and cheese burritos.
Like, are we talking frozen, like you put in the oven, or like you get from like somewhere, or
Like
make
bean
them
and
like
cheese
fresh?
burritos. Like, yeah, you just make them at home and then like you
Okay,
microwave
all
your
right, because
own
you can
beans.
get those like.
Yeah. The weird like prepackaged ones, I didn't really like that much. I don't know. There's
Yeah,
just something about them. They always heated wrong.
yeah. One thing I did eat a lot, like this was when I was a little old, but was Chef Boyardee ravioli. It was kind of gross thinking back on it because what I would do is I would just pour it out in a plastic dish and then stick it in the microwave. I always kind of felt like it wasn't too healthy just because the plastic was hot. It had that sort of look to it that didn't look great.
Yeah.
But like it was good. It tasted fine, and it filled me up a good amount. So it's quick and easy, and that's probably what I had for lunch more times than not, in middle school / early high school.
Yeah. This may surprise you, but I've actually never had Chef Boyardee, like anything. But
I'll ask you this though. What about SpaghettiOs? Because SpaghettiOs I had all the time when I was younger. Like I had those all the time. SpaghettiOs and meatballs were the best.
I didn't have SpaghettiOs either, but that's because I never really liked red sauce. So
Okay. Well,
yeah,
that's pretty big.
yeah, Kraft was my go-to pasta.
Yeah, me too, for sure. Sometimes like my parents would buy like the off-brand or the organic brand that's healthier. I think it was like the rabbit. I don't know what brand that is. It just has a rabbit on it, and it was organic. I remember trying it compared to Kraft, and it just tasted like pure garbage.
Yeah.
Whether it's because there wasn't enough salt or flavor, it just was bad. Same with the deluxe brand. I hated it. And the shells ones, the ones that were shells, just I don't know. I hated those. Just the texture of them. I enjoy the noodle or SpongeBob.
Yeah. Kraft just it's so I feel like places have tried to replicate that cheese powder taste, but it's so unique.
Yeah,
The little
yeah.
packet, there's
The
something
packaged
about it.
cheese.
It's about like
No, it's yeah,
go-to snack.
yeah.
That's a tough one.
Well, I mean, I ate a lot of pretzels as I can remember. And dish up some pretzels. I think I probably enjoyed the stick pretzels more than the actual pretzels. So that was always good. We had to get goldfish a lot. I got kind of tired of goldfish, honestly. It made my mouth dry. But my favorite
Then
was probably
Flavor
Cheez-Its.
Explosion came out.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Those ones are really good. The cheddar explosion ones. I even
Yeah.
eat those today sometimes. So, but yeah, Cheez-Its were probably my favorite. And as I can recall, there was a Cheez-It version they had SpongeBob Cheez-Its. I don't know if you ever got these, but there was Cheez-Its that were SpongeBob, like the Kraft. And I'll tell you this, they tasted better than the regular Cheez-Its. And I'm not kidding. I don't know
I
why. I don't know what it is about SpongeBob, but his food just tastes so much better. I don't know if it's because he's a chef, a Krabby Patty cook, or whatever. It tasted better than the regular. But they stopped making them. I haven't seen them in years, and it's kind of disappointing.
I very vaguely remember those. I don't know if I ever
Yeah,
had them, but like I just remember passing by them in the store now. That's crazy. I totally forgot
hmm
about those.
they
Yeah,
were great.
Cheez-Its, fantastic. I feel like I didn't really like goldfish until like the flavor blasted ones. If I was like
Yeah.
giving them at like VBS or something, I'd eat them.
hmm
But yeah, they weren't my go-to. Cheez-Its, we were a big Cheez-It family. Go-Gurt changed the game, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. And I
Do you
was
remember
just
the?
thinking of crackers.
Do you remember the SpongeBob Go-Gurt?
I do. I remember all the different characters you could get for Go-Gurts. I think I had Star Wars ones at some point, superhero. There's a ton of different Go-Gurt kind of flavors you could get.
And like you finish them, and then like you
Oh
can see
yeah.
like a riddle or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you ever get did you ever get Danimals, the little smoothie shake
I
things?
I didn't.
I got them like once in a blue moon and they were pretty good. I would
Do they
always see
still
the
make the
commercial.
animals?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
But I remember seeing like the commercials for all these different foods or snacks, and I need to try that. And it would be very rarely that I would get it, but like, when I did, it's like it tasted good, even if it didn't actually taste good because I was from a commercial. So
maybe I just don't see that many commercials anymore. Commercials back then were absolutely incredible. I feel like if ever I like see a older commercial too, it's even better too. Commercials have just
yeah,
gone down.
and I think maybe part of it is because we haven't watched a kids channel since we were kids. I think maybe
Speak for yourself.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I think maybe commercials on kids channels are more geared towards,
Yeah.
being appetizing. But now all the commercials we see are probably about, cars or insurance or something bland like that.
Yeah, you just named like the only two commercials I get on Hulu anymore.
I guarantee you watch Disney Channel, that's not what you're gonna get. What's your opinion on animal crackers?
Oh my goodness. Animal crackers are great. And then the frosted animal crackers are the best.
Hear me out.
Okay.
I didn't enjoy the regular animal crackers too much. They were just kind of for me. But the frosted ones were great. I would eat those all the time. The frosted ones were delicious. And also the ones that were not frosted, the ones that came in a little red, like, was it the circus animals?
Yeah, they came in like that
Yeah,
big tub.
the red tub, the circus. Yeah,
Yeah.
those ones tasted better than the ones you would get from one of those jars. I remember they had them in a jar too. But for some reason, when it was out of a little box, maybe that was because it was from the zoo. And for some reason, the ones at the zoo tasted better.
Oh, I remember what you're talking about. Those little red box, almost raisin
Yeah, it
size or
was like a
something.
train. I think it was a train,
Yeah.
the circus train. Yeah, yeah, those
Yeah.
ones tasted better.
Animal crackers are really good. Frosted animal crackers, probably like my favorite. They're like a snack. They're not like a dessert. They're like that weird in between, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know what to call that area.
But between cracker and cookie.
Yes, cookie. Yeah, they're a
Oh,
cookie. Thank you. But those
they're
are
they're
those are good.
yeah. Those are. I mean, right below S tier. I mean, I like to keep S tier to like Kraft, Mac, SpongeBob.
For me they're S tier.
Oh, they're
Like
close. They're very close. I don't know.
if there was every snack in the world, right, in front of
Hmm.
me, I would choose Gushers, and then I
Yeah.
would choose frosted animal cookies.
What
That's
about
that's the order for me.
okay? What about putting a gusher in between two frosted animal crackers?
I feel like that could only go one way, and it's not the way you want it to go.
But
Because
just think
what if
about
you
that.
gush the gusher before you bite into it?
What's going to happen regardless. I think that's, you're guaranteed to do that. But what you need to do though is just be like, you got to get it all in one bite. So you're mixing the flavor. Yeah.
One pink and one white, or do you go same color?
Well, maybe you try one or the other. Maybe you experiment with it a little bit.
Yeah.
I would do one of each just to see.
I don't think they're different flavors, but they might be. I've never found that out.
I don't think they are either.
Yeah. I like the pink ones better, though.
They seem like they seem they have more flavor
Yeah.
for
They're
some
much more
reason.
vibrant. Say Ma takes you out for a bite, right? What was your
Going out to
favorite
eat.
place to go? Yeah, you're going out to eat.
Honestly, this everyone probably will say this, but McDonald's is probably up there. Just because of the kids meal alone. The fact
Yeah.
that you get these chicken nuggets that are a different breed of nugget compared to what you get out of the frozen stuff in the oven. And then you get French fries, which I never got frozen fries that you put in the oven. We just didn't do that. So we only got fries from restaurants. It was great. And then also you get this toy that you could take home and play with for an extended amount of hours. And listen up, guys. The toys from back then, like early 2000s to like 2010 or whatever, they were so much better than what McDonald's is pumping out now. And that's not just because we aren't familiar with like the popular things these days. But the quality of these toys were much better. So
Do you remember the mini games?
yeah,
Yeah, like they were actual games that you could play.
in the Playland.
No, like the toys. Like the
Oh
toys for
yeah,
like
the like
actual like
soccer,
video games.
little
Yeah, like
soccer game,
soccer. I think
tennis.
one was
Yeah,
like Pong or something.
yeah. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
Yeah. They don't make them
they
like
had.
they used to.
No, they don't. They really don't.
Yeah, those ones are the best. I don't even remember like most of them.
Yeah, I don't either. I just remember them being pretty
Amazing.
they were pretty good to play with for a good amount of time. Maybe it's because I was younger, but I think it's because they're just good toys, you know.
Yeah.
Like
I feel like that's probably the main reason I chose McDonald's over most fast food places as a kid. Because sure, other places has kids meal toys, but none were quite like McDonald's, you know.
I think just the name McDonald's in our minds was just considered to be the best of all because that was the most popular. And
Yeah.
that's the thing we knew most, right? Was McDonald's. So you think about Wendy's, we're like, I don't really know what Wendy's has. I know McDonald's has a kids meal that has a kids toy with chicken nuggets. That's what I know. So I'm gonna go there, and they have a play structure usually. So
Playland was the best.
there were some crazy ones that I went to. I remember going to McDonald's for a birthday party. Not mine, but it was for a friend's
Was it
birthday
mine?
party.
I had a
No,
birthday party in Playland once.
no.
Oh.
Oh, well, maybe I've been to a lot of Playland birthday parties. And
Yeah.
like, yeah. There was this one McDonald's, and I don't remember where it was, but it had a full-on like air conditioner type air suppression system at the play structure, where the balls would spit out. It would suck up balls, and it would just go around this tube. There were just balls flying everywhere. There was a ball pit, and like there was just like these hamster tubes, not with hamsters but with balls, and like it was crazy. It was insane. It was like I was at OMSI, but I wasn't. I was in a McDonald's Playland. And there's like foam jumping center or whatever, just this crazy air suppressed stuff. And it was so much better than what we had in Canby. So.
Dude, I totally remember this one. Yeah, was it like the only Woodburn one, like at the time? Do you think? They
Maybe.
remodeled it now, but I feel it might have been the Woodburn one. Maybe it was somewhere else, but
Yeah, I don't know. I
yeah.
just remember like it was a large place, you know, and
McDonald's knew how to get kids.
for real, they had the formula down because this sure worked on me. So
Yeah, it worked on everyone. Yeah, I don't think I even had Wendy's until I was in junior high.
yeah, I didn't really want to. So I'm trying to think of other places that I would go. I mean, you know, if we were going as a whole family for like dinner or something, we wouldn't go to McDonald's. We would
Oh
go to
no.
like somewhere nicer, probably like Red Robin or,
Yeah.
you know, Olive Garden or whatever.
I
But
feel Red Robin was the most common, not like birthday party, but like family birthday dinner.
it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Even still.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sing to you, they give you some free dessert. Yeah. I remember going there a lot for like birthdays.
I never wanted the free dessert because to get it they have to sing that really loud song. So if it was my birthday, I would make sure my mom didn't tell them.
Yeah, I was like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I didn't want people knowing.
Yeah, Red Robin was the most common, not fancy restaurant because Red Robin isn't like a fancy restaurant. I
Well,
don't
you
know,
go in
like
there, you sit down, you get waited on. It's the
yeah,
most common place to go for like getting waited on and sitting down with your family.
yeah, it's the most common sit down restaurant. That's what we like to call them here on the podcast.
Yeah, well, I don't know what else to call them.
Yeah, I feel like that's what everyone calls them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other, you know, kind of things I would eat for when I was younger.
Do you remember?
What kind of candy? What kind of candy did you like a lot?
Oh, as a kid, Reese's Pieces was like my favorite, but now kind of I've become more classy and I like the standard Swedish fish.
Okay.
What was your go-to candy?
When I was younger, I didn't really like chocolatey stuff or peanut butter
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And even now I don't. I'm not a big chocolate guy, so I would like the more sour, sweet kind of thing. So Sour Patch Kids, I think, were probably my designated favorite if I were to be asked. I also really like Jolly Ranchers, Skittles. Those were great. Good and Plenty. I enjoyed a lot.
Really
Licorice,
miss
you know.
sour Skittles. I haven't had those in forever.
Oh yeah, those are great.
Yeah, those are really good.
Yeah.
Maybe I
You
should
know,
have them again.
maybe.
Maybe I will.
I don't think I've eaten candy in a good amount of time.
Yeah. If I do, it's somewhere. It's, I can just take a piece or something.
Like the sweet tart mini chews.
Like the sweet tart mini chews.
Yeah.
That's the last time I buy candy.
Yeah. If you guys
Yeah.
aren't aware, if you want to go into your local Fred Meyer, there is a certain candy called sweet tart mini chews,
Or the
and
Spree Chewies.
or the Spree Chewies. Those are good too. But these sweet tart mini chews are one of the most excellently created
Mm,
slash cultivated candies that
of all
I
time.
have ever that I've ever experienced eating. So, because it perfectly blends the sweet and sour
And the
of the
tart.
sweet tart and the tart, yeah. And it's chewy. It's not like you're sucking on it for a long time. It's just an easy pop and
You can if you want.
yeah, and you get options. You can suck it for a bit, but ultimately you're chewing it. So yeah.
Yeah. Sweet tart mini chews. They're a classic.
This isn't
This
sponsored,
episode
but if they
this
do,
episode is not sponsored.
if they want to reach out to our organization, then they can do that, and we'd love to partner up.
You can email us at stuartlittle@hotmail.com. That's our official business email. Just kidding. If you email that, I don't know who's going to respond. Either Stuart Little or someone who likes Stuart Little or someone who still uses Hotmail.
Which you don't want to be getting involved with that. So I wouldn't.
You know what? My favorite my favorite food for when friends were over was pizza. Man, pizza
Mm.
is a staple of
Yeah.
everyone's childhood.
I can't believe we haven't talked about pizza yet because that's just so common to eat.
Yeah,
It's so common. Like,
I feel
just
like
getting pizza.
if you ask a kid what their favorite food is, they're either gonna say cheeseburger or pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And if you go to a birthday party with a bunch of at a kid's birthday party, the chances are you're gonna have pizza.
Yeah, and if you don't have pizza, I don't know what you're doing there.
And it's
There's
probably
probably
not
no
going to be
food.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably just some chips or something. But
Did you
did you
ever
ever
have the
have the Totino's pizzas or like the pizza rolls?
Yes. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Totino's pizzas were the best.
Yeah.
Combination, classic flavor. I love the little
Hmm.
square pepperonis. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
um they switched them though. Like in high school, they used to be the
yeah.
classic circle, but now they're like a brick.
They sell them in like these plastic containers. They used to be cardboard, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it used to
But
be like a pizza box.
yes, and as the last time I ate a Tostino's pizza, I didn't like it at all because like you could really tell it was pretty much cardboard
Yeah.
with cheese and sauce. So I stopped eating those pretty quickly. But I bagel bites were good. I enjoyed those, and
I
hot
had bagel
pockets were
bites
great.
once and I hated them. I don't know what it was, but I
Yeah,
wasn't a
they're
fan.
easy to burn. I've realized they're
Yeah.
very easy to overcook. And did you ever do hot pockets, like the little sleeves?
Yeah, in junior high, that was probably my favorite. Parents aren't home and I need to make myself dinner.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's easy,
It's so
Yeah.
easy.
You just stick it in there.
Yeah, I didn't like those for a school lunch. I had it maybe once or twice
Hmm.
because it would kind of thaw in my lunchbox, you know? And then the cooking time's all weird. This the crisping sleeve or whatever they call it, it's like a little soggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I avoided those for school lunches.
I didn't ever try to do hot food at school lunches from home
Yeah.
because one, we didn't even have a microwave in elementary school.
Oh,
We did in middle school and high school,
yeah.
but I didn't want to mess with that, especially with all those people using the same microwave. I just didn't want to have to deal with heating up food.
There was a reason I only did it once, you know.
There's a reason I only did it for like 4 months straight.
There's a reason I did it for every single meal.
I would
When
not
you
like to
bit
share
into
that.
the hot pocket and it was like half overcooked, half undercooked, it was strange. You know.
I've had bad experiences too, like that, where you're cooking food on your own, in the oven or
Mhm.
microwave. It's like, oh, it's okay, it's ready, it's done, it's hot on the outside. And then you go and bite it, and it's like cold in the middle. You're like, oh,
That's the worst part about microwaving food.
because
Is
then you
like
don't
it's
know how long it
always like
needs.
kind of cold in the middle.
Yeah.
And then you have to heat it up. The stuff is like around it is too cooked. The stuff in the middle is it's still a little cold, but like you can't really notice. It's always the worst. But yeah,
Um,
I feel like Hot Pockets would always have that little chunk of cold pepperoni.
oh yeah, there was.
Yeah,
Sure.
you just gotta watch out for it.
I just thought of, speaking of cold, it reminded me of like Otter Pops, and I had Otter Pops all the time. During summer,
Yeah,
that was always a treat. Getting the unfrozen little things of syrup or whatever, and then sticking them in the freezer and waiting, patiently for those things to freeze up, and
yeah.
then just going in there.
I feel like Costco. Remember they had like those big boxes of Otter Pops. We'd buy one, put it in the freezer, and then that'd last us until the whole next summer.
Yeah, we always had a lot of leftovers.
Yeah. What was your favorite color?
I I definitely think blue raspberry, either blue raspberry or whatever the green one was. And wasn't there also like a was it watermelon
I
or
think it was either peach or watermelon. But like that orangish pink one, like as a kid, blue raspberry and lime were like my favorites. And then I discovered the pink one and it
yeah.
changed my life.
Yeah, it was great. I've seen some crazy ones that aren't like Otter Pop brand, but there's
Hmm.
pina colada ones,
They had like the tropical Otter Pops too.
tropical.
I
Yeah,
don't know if
that
I
might
ever
be what I'm
had those.
thinking of.
But yeah, I
I think I
always
had
see
it
like
once.
I think they're just called freezer pops or something sitting around.
That's like the store brand ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
they had like the
It,
different flavors.
it's probably not the same at all.
No, but it got variety. It had the white flavors and
My favorite part about the Otter Pop was when you're done, there's that little bit of juice at the bottom, and then you can drink the juice.
mm-hmm.
That was next
The
level.
excess syrup. Yeah, that was S tier experience.
Yeah.
It
It was
was
right
always
up there
fun.
with
It was
Gushers and SpongeBob Mac.
yeah,
We should
it
make
was
an
fun.
official like list for this, like stuff we consider S
Yeah,
tier.
if you guys are interested in getting our tiers of our different foods, we can spit that out. We
Yeah,
can put it out there.
I think
I think
it'd be a nice addition.
making a tier list would be cool. Whatever it
Yeah,
is, honestly.
and every episode we
And
just add to it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
just to kind of break into like general talk here, this is just our first topic that we're talking about, which is foods slash snacks that we had growing up, and we're going to be talking about a lot more than just this. So if you're thinking like, okay, they're just going to be talking about goldfish the entire podcast, that's not the
Or
case.
SpongeBob
We're just
Mac and how the cheese tastes so much better on it.
that was a good amount of time spent talking about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just know like we got a lot of content. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things in the next episodes, but we just want to kick it off here with something pretty simple, low key with food. I hope you
Yeah. Next
guys
week
are enjoying what we're.
we hope to have a guest. It'll be really nice. Well, not next week. Maybe next week, but next time.
Yeah, our next episode.
If you guys like this video, let us know. Also, if you if you hated it, let us know. We
Yeah,
want
we
to.
appreciate any feedback you can give us because, like I said, this is our first episode, so we're just learning how to do this as we go. it's not a polished experience or a polished operation at all, as you guys can tell. We're just kind of, winging it right here, just free balling ideas. And that's kind of what the entire podcast is going to be. I don't know if we said that yet, but when we're talking about these different things, we're not going to have a script. We're just going to be rambling on about these different things, and then things will come out of the ideas we talk about initially, and we'll just kind of go from different things and branch off from there. But unscripted, just talking about different experiences,
just kind of diving in and seeing where it takes us.
Just trying to trigger that nostalgia gene, the nostalgia aspect in everyone from our time. So
yeah, if you guys had a favorite food, or a favorite snack, or a favorite McDonald's toy, we just hope to kind of say, hey, we do too. I was gonna say leave a comment what it is, but then I was like, oh, this is going on Spotify where people can't really leave comments. But if you're watching on YouTube, you can leave a comment.
Yeah, definitely. I hope that we at least talk about some things you guys are familiar with. I'm sure we have, because a lot of things are pretty familiar to people.
Like gushers, and everyone knows what gushers are.
And that's kind of the point, is to just talk about these things that were very common for kids growing up in the 2000s.
So thank you guys for tuning in. I've been your host, Kade.
And I've been your host, Teddy.
And we hope to see you next time.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Have a wonderful day.
And have a beautiful night.